Recently, my clan BBB has started hosting a brand new seasonal tournament with over 80 players competing for a massive prize pool. Everyone is required to play best of 5s on a regular basis, and so that means we have over 100 games played every week. With so much materials for content, we'll be doing things in a new format where we use a shorter video to highlight certain aspects of battles. In certain games where the battle is more one-sided, I won't be casting the full battle, but instead focusing on the tactics and strategies used by a particular player. To kick off this series, we have a battle between Strat Games playing as the Norskins and Cyphos playing as the Wood Elves. Now, what is special about this battle is that the Wood Elves are not going for the usual missile spam, but more of a melee box build. On top of that, this box isn't just a simple square, but more of an octagon, where the three kins are reinforcing the corners of a square formed by the eternal gods. Now, usually the square boxes are actually very fragile on the corners, as the corners are not guarded by any units, their flanks are exposed. The attackers can exploit this weakness by concentrating forces on the corner and break through the boxes. But this time, the Treekins are here to protect the flanks of their little elven brothers. If the Norskins try to attack the corners of the Eternal God box, they'll first be met by some very angry trees, and if they try to go between the trees, they'll be running straight into the pointy end of Azrai spears. Even at the back where there are no Treekins and Ice Wolves are trying to break through the Eternal Gods, the Zotes are here to reinforce, providing crucial spell support with their bound Earth Blood and Flesh to Stone. Of course, they are a solid melee unit as well, using their anti-lodge to pummel the Ice Wolves. Essentially, the Zotes acts as a mobility force, reinforcing wherever that needs their help. With all these units working in synergy, the Wood Elf box is barely shaken. This provides a solid base for the Hulk Riders in the skies to skirmish down enemy units, using their firepower to their max advantage and even swarming some of these isolated Marauder Hunters. Tree Papa Durfu also doing his thing here, giving Throg the Troll King a great walloping. And as you can see here, Strat Games' rush is quickly losing steam. The Psycho Charging Ice Wolves are not breaking through the Eternal Gods, and the Marauders have been beaten back. A Plague of Rust is debuffing the Treekins' armor, but the high melee defense is still a problem for the Norskin Werewolves. They simply struggle against such a tough opponent. There's a little bit of progress over here against the Eternal Gods, but still, they are still over half health, solid leadership, standing firm. Now, let us fast forward here, as Strat Games simply cannot break through this well-designed box. Of course, this kind of melee box build is always vulnerable to artillery and missile spams, but against Norska, where their air force and missile play is very lacking, this box build where multiple units are working in tandem provides great synergy to hold the line. I especially love seeing the Treekin being used to great effect, reinforcing the corners of the Eternal Guard box. GG to both players here. Now a quick rundown of army performances. We can see that the Wood Elf army didn't actually do that much damage. They mostly won by crushing the Norskins in terms of balance of power by preserving their forces through the sheer amount of healing and the defensive formation. Durfu also doing some solid damage against Throg, whooping him in melee combat, while the Norskin army build is mostly designed to deal with a skirmishy Wood Elf build. But this time, Wood Elves has shown that they are not only good at running and shooting, but also if they need to stand their ground and fight, they will not hesitate to do so, and they will win with the sheer tenacity of all these Treekin and their defensive formations.